People don't pretend to care because they are evil. They pretend to care because it benefits them. The truth is darker than most people want to admit. Humans are wired to seek advantage, validation, and emotional control even when they don't consciously realize it. When someone acts like they care about you, they may be responding to a need inside themselves, not a concern for you. Pretending to care is a psychological strategy, a mask created to maintain connection, to avoid guilt, or to secure access to something they want. It has nothing to do with empathy and everything to do with self-preservation. Most people learn early in life that showing concern gets them trust, affection, and emotional safety. They are conditioned to act caring because caring behavior improves social survival. But over time, this behavior becomes manipulative. They use kindness as a currency. They offer comfort not because they feel your pain, but because appearing supportive keeps them relevant in your life. And deep down, they know that caring gives them influence. People pretend to care when real empathy requires too much effort. True emotional care demands presence, attention, and responsibility, things many people cannot or will not give. So instead, they choose the cheaper version: gestures, phrases, shallow comfort. They hug you when you cry, but forget about you the next day. They promise to be there, but vanish when it truly matters. They listen to your problems, not to understand, but to maintain the illusion of closeness. Sometimes they pretend to care because it protects their self-image. They want to see themselves as a good person, even if their actions don't match that identity. So they offer sympathy without sacrifice, concern without commitment, love without accountability. It's not you, they lie to themselves first. There is another, darker layer. Some people pretend to care because it gives them psychological power. When you believe they care, you open up. You reveal vulnerabilities. You share fears, trauma, insecurities. And the moment someone knows your emotional weak points, they gain leverage even if they never intend to use it consciously. Human beings are drawn to vulnerability because it creates a sense of superiority. This is why some people are extremely kind at the beginning of a relationship. They want to learn you before they show you who they truly are. They gather emotional information disguised as concern. And later, when conflicts arise, they use the same information to invalidate your feelings, twist narratives, or make you doubt yourself. People also pretend to care to keep you close. They don't want to lose access to your kindness, your support, your stability. They want the emotional benefits you provide without offering anything real in return. So they give just enough, never too much, never too little. Enough to keep you hoping, trusting, staying. This is why some relationships feel like emotional traps. You can sense the emptiness behind their concern, yet part of you holds on to the small crumbs they give. Because crumbs still feel like something when you're starving for connection. But here is the harsh truth. Real caring is consistent. Real caring shows up without being asked. Real caring doesn't disappear when it becomes inconvenient. If someone's care fluctuates based on their mood, needs, or benefits, it is not care, it's strategy. And the most painful part is that people who pretend to care often believe they are doing the right thing. They don't see the damage. They don't understand how their inconsistency fractures your sense of trust. They don't realize that emotional dishonesty is more harmful than emotional absence. But once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. You notice the empty words, the delayed replies, the lack of depth, the forced empathy, the way they comfort you just enough to avoid guilt, not enough to help. You realize who truly cares by watching what they do when there is nothing to gain from you. The psychology behind pretending to care is rooted in fear of losing you, fear of being judged, fear of facing their own emotional emptiness. But your job is not to decode their fears. Your job is to protect your mind. The moment you stop mistaking attention for care, your life changes. The moment you stop believing words without actions, your relationships become clearer. And the moment you understand this dark truth, you become impossible to manipulate, because you finally see that genuine care is rare and anyone pretending cannot hold power over you anymore.